Do things feel out of control? Are your routines not running smoothly? Are people acting strange? I'll be right back. Let's talk about it. Good, glorious morning, everyone. We are off to a brand new week. It is National Poetry Month. I am going to jump in. If you are feeling out of control, you feel like things are out of control, you feel like people are acting strange, you feel like your routines are off. Let's jump into it. Maybe there's an uncertainty that you're feeling. I'm going to jump right in with this poem, and it's a little bit longer, but I'm going to get started. If, if. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. That is an incredible poem by Rudyard Kipling, 1865 to 1936. Indian born, British Indian born, I believe, poet, essayist. And this poem is famous. I'm sure. Let me know if you've heard it before. It speaks so much about the uncertainty of life and living and the roller coaster of being in the human experience when people are against you and people doubt you and they're lying and all these things are happening. And all these obstacles, but somehow you hold it together. You rise above it. And you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, can you go for it in life? Can you go for it? And this is just an incredible poem. So I'm grateful that you were here this morning. I have a couple other things. I want to let that marinate a little bit. If you want to type something in, was there something that moved you in that poem? So if you're on TikTok, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube and you're getting this on the playback, type something in. Otherwise, you may miss it. So if something's rising up in you, what you share, you keep forever. What you keep, you lose forever. So if there's something in you, type it in. Type it in. Put it in the comments. And I want to remind you that if you're feeling small, dream big anyway. Take a moment to pause and breathe as this new day, this new week is unfolding right now. Give yourself the gift, create the habit and the practice of breathing deep through your nose. In any given moment, the moment you're aware, let your belly expand, let the breath drive down deep, tap into the depth, oxygenate your body, take yourself from sympathetic mode, fight, flight, fright, to parasympathetic mode, rest, refresh, digest. Truth, enlightenment, joy, enthusiasm, purpose, authenticity. These are a few of my favorite things. Authenticity, simplicity, love, passion. What are a few of your favorite things this morning? Or are you just coasting and waiting? Coasting and waiting is not your destiny. They are not your destiny. Those two things are not your destiny. Coasting and waiting, that's not your destiny. No mas. What sparks enthusiasm deep within? Let's fan that flame. Fan that flame. It's a place where logic can't play. It's a place where logic falls short. It's something deeper and more profound. Will you make room for that today? All right. I'm going to share with you. I love these old quotes from Ben Franklin, Poor Richard's Almanac. Let's see, 100, 200. Yeah, 225 years ago, over 200 years ago. But let's see if they're relevant today. Poor Richard's Almanac, Ben Franklin. Great beauty, great strength, and great riches are really and truly of no great use. A right heart exceeds all. Ben Franklin. Great beauty, great strength, and great riches are really and truly of no great use. And I just lost the audience. But a right heart exceeds all. And I'm okay with that. To bear other people's afflictions, everyone has courage and enough to spare. I like that one. To bear other people's afflictions, everyone has courage and enough to spare. That means that we can help a brother or a sister in need, and we have room. We have the courage and we have some to spare. A light purse is a heavy curse. So here's the paradox, right? He says, great riches. And the other quote, he says, great riches are really and truly of no great use. A right heart exceeds all. So what he's saying in that one, the heart is more important than those things. But here he's also saying a light purse is a heavy curse. That means when you don't have enough to meet your needs, that can be a heavy curse. And I guess I'll leave it on this one. There are three things extremely hard. Three things extremely hard. Steal, a diamond, and to know one's self. Steal, a diamond, and to know one's self. That is the truth. To know yourself, to truly know thyself. Not just caught on the rails of thought, other people's opinions, judgment, dictating the way you live. Perhaps knowing yourself and taking responsibility for yourself is scary. Perhaps there's a sense of certainty in following someone else's plan for your life. But in all my study, in all my experience, the time comes or it doesn't. But if the time comes, that time is to blaze your own trail based on what is true and authentic in you. And the sad thing is, a lot of people won't get there. And that perhaps is the greatest tragedy. But here's the good news. When we can do small things, when we're fully present, if we can do small things with joy, enthusiasm, and be fully in that moment, we tap into a fulfilling life. And perhaps those things happen more often than we realize. And I intend that they happen for you today. That you find the simple, joyful, beautiful expressions that are going to happen throughout your day, where you find this beautiful joy in the simplicity. And we cultivate conscious moments. Hello, Lily. How are you? I want to thank Kay for being on here. Kay, I want to give you a round of applause for being on here every morning. Not sure how long I'm going to continue this. I'll just give a quick update for those that are on here because this ends the segment. You can go back and listen to it on YouTube. I shared the poem by Rudyard Kipling, If. I shared some Ben Franklin quotes to kind of change up our perspective. They're over 200 years, but they're so relevant. I am embarking on a world tour. I am getting out of my home, and it looks like I'm going to be selling my home. Oh, okay. Lily, I'm going to grab your quote here in a minute because I want to hold you to the light here this morning. And I'm not sure if you know Kay, but maybe you can connect. I am going to be selling my home, and I'm going to be on an indefinite world tour. I want to bring this authenticity to the world, some kind of purity, something in you that you are not clear on yet. I'll be going to, I'm going to be hitting the national parks in the United States. I'm going to be in London, potentially Germany. I'll be going back to Costa Rica. Pura vida, pure life, simple life. And I'll be sharing my poetry as I write more poetry to complete my first poetry book called Seeds of Infinitude. And the reason why I'm doing this, there's many reasons, but I wanted to create something experiential that transcends the conventional and steps out of the noise, the negative noise. I'm amazed by how much of our time, at least time and conversations, are engaged with people who don't care about us. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Got some love here on TikTok. A friendship necklace. I think that's the first one I got. I think that's a goal. Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you so much. And I think that there's this certainty we get, and when we focus on these people that don't really care about us, politicians, like some business owners, they don't care about you. They're just following their own agenda. But yet we spend so much time and focus when we're all going to get to vote. We're all going to cast a vote, whatever that comes. But I want people to go back and to turn their own lights on, to spend more focus on your life and building your life. That's what I want people to do. I sense that people spend, I put myself in here, we can fall into the trap of being too externally focused. But what I've found is that when we focus on the weather inside, we can affect the weather on the outside, metaphorically speaking. So let's see, let's take a moment here. I'm going to end the YouTube live and the LinkedIn live. I'm going to keep the TikTok open, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'll let you know. I might wrap this up this week. I don't know that I'm going to continue this because I'm revamping. I got a newsletter coming out. There's going to be lots of ways to stay connected. And you'll have an opportunity, if that's you, if you want to stay a part of the journey, you want to follow the parks, the nature, the poetry, the presence, the things that are going to keep you inspired. There's going to be plenty of opportunity for that. But let me end this stream. So thanks for being here this morning. Have a fabulous day. Embrace that uncertainty and go back and look up that poem by Rudyard Kipling called If. TikTok, stay with me. Bye-bye, everyone.